Hi, gossipers. Good morning. Sharona here. How's your day going? It's cold here in Florida, and today's January 24th, 2025. Are you still saying Happy New Year to people? I guess people you haven't seen in a while. If you do see them out, you still say Happy New Year. I say Happy New Year until the end of January. So let me know if you're still saying Happy New Year, even though it's January 24th. We have what? January has 31 days. So we have another, 7 days to go? So yeah, Happy New Year again. 2025. Anyways, we're going to talk some stories here. So, Jeannie Mai and Jeezy, they're at it again. Now, their divorce was finalized, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. That's why we're going to read this story. I don't know. I saw somewhere where they said that he was reneging on his, I guess, divorce settlement or something towards Jeannie. They said he was reneging on. So we're just going to read this quick article. And this time it's from, how do you pronounce this? Her Web? Life Bailey's Her Web. Everything Urban and Radio Scope. So this is where we're going to read the story from. It says, Jeannie Mai calls police after Jeezy denies entry to retrieve personal belongings. Wow. Jeannie Mai went to her ex-husband Jeezy's home to retrieve personal belongings after their divorce, but had to call the police when she was denied entry. According to court documents, the situation began in November 2024 following their June divorce settlement. In Touch reports, Jeezy had packed Jeannie's personal belongings and the judge had given her 21 days to collect them. Mai's lawyers notified Jeezy of her planned visit on December 9th, 2024, and Jeezy confirmed that the items were ready in his garage. However, when she arrived with movers, Mai was refused access, leading to the police being called. The rapper said he had legitimate concerns about Jeannie being able to walk around the whole house. Jeezy does not feel safe having Jeannie in his home, given Jeannie's history of attempting to destroy career with misleading information. So back then, before they were divorced, she released pictures. And one of the pictures showed him, or video showed him walking around with a GUN. And, she was like, my daughter's around this, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, no, you can't come back in because the last time you went through my house to record and post stuff that can put me in the bad light, basically. So let's go back to that. Let's see. So we're just going to read this paragraph again. Given Jeannie's history of attempting to destroy Jeezy's career with misleading information, Jeezy would have no way of knowing if Jeannie is planting listening devices or cameras in his home, his lawyer said. Oh my gosh. But if it's in the garage, she does not need to be in the home. You have a door to enter the garage from the home, right? So if that was locked and then she could just have access to the garage, then there would not be this worry. Okay. Jeannie's angry about the party's divorce and she is revengeful. In addition, the mere presence of Jeannie inside Jeezy's home and personal space after the highly contested nature of the divorce case would absolutely destroy Jeezy's peace and tranquility, as well as invade his privacy, his lawyer added. My lord. Lawyers for Mai said she had no intention of invading Jeezy's privacy or placing any recording devices in his home. But when she arrived at the residence, Jeezy's house manager, on the orders of Jeezy, refused to allow her and her security team to access the garage where her items were stored. The house manager continued to refuse to let Jeanie and her movers access to the garage. In fact, the house manager called Jeezy, who again confirmed that Jeanie and her movers were not to access her items, disregarding the court order entirely, the motion read. At this time, Jeanie called the Atlanta Police Department, who came to the property to gather a report on Jeanie's denial of access. Jeanie, as always, was the consummate professional, Jeanie's lawyer wrote. The police were not called to make a scene, but instead to report that the court order was violated. When the police officer informed the house manager that a court order was in fact being violated, the house manager then had to shift gears and create a new barrier to entry. Next, the house manager, at the direction of Jeezy, refused to allow anyone on behalf of Jeanie to enter into the home unless they signed a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, which is popular in Hollywood. To note, there is nothing in the court order that states any language regarding a non-disclosure agreement, Jeanie's lawyer wrote. So, okay, let me clarify that again. So basically in the court order, her lawyer is saying there's nothing in there that says they have to sign a non-closure disagreement. So why now do they want them to sign one when it's not in the court order? Jeanie said when she was allowed in the garage, she saw her boxes had been damaged. Oh, Lord. The boxes were wet, with water having soaked through the boxes, damaging personal items. There were mouse traps set in the garage, presumably set for mice, which had eaten through some of the boxes. Jeanie's lawyer wrote, Many of Jeanie's awards were broken and scratched. Wow. The lawyer continued. Mai filed a petition last year accusing Jeezy of failing to comply with certain terms of their divorce settlement. So, gossipers, what are your thoughts on this story? I mean, it's sad. I mean, you go to get your items and they're all destroyed. Your awards that you've won for your contribution to your job, entertainment, they're scratched and damaged. Again, like I said, to enter into the garage from the house, there's always a door. Why wasn't that just locked and then she could go in the garage without calling the cops, if you get what I'm saying? So for her to go there with a court order, she's not doing anything that's not written down or signed by the judge, only to be denied access because Jeezy thinks she's going to set recordings and stuff like that. That is ridiculous. The other thing is, did Jeezy know she would show up that day? And if he did, why wasn't he there? He did not have to communicate with her. Again, as I said, if he wanted to stand at that door, which leads from the house into the garage, then, he would have just stayed there, no communication. She does not need to get into the house to go to the garage. That's what I'm assuming. Because usually garages are outside for the cars to go out. So there's no need to actually walk inside the house to get to the garage. So, yes, it's sad because when these two started out, they were like this love couple and, they found their soulmates, and Jeanie at the time did not want to have kids, but she met this man and now, she want to have kids. They got married. They had their daughter. And now this is what it boils down to. So hopefully when she was able to take those stuff out, damaged, because basically they were soaked, rat traps, that she was able to take what she wanted, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever was not damaged. Now, will she sue Jeezy for that? Who knows? We don't know. So that's the latest with Jeannie, Mai, and Jeezy. And yeah, gossipers. So we're gonna go on to the next story. It's a sad story. I don't watch Bling Empire. So it's this reality star. I think she's a jewelry. She's a jewelry designer. Hence the name Blink Empire. So apparently on Christmas Eve she went skiing. She had an accident. They had to do surgery. She thought she had a headache, but it was a brain bleed. She had to do surgery, and even though she came out of the surgery, to me, looking like, she had beat this, unfortunately, she passed away. And we're just going to read the quick stories from USA Today. As I said, I've never watched these shows, but because it's in entertainment and it rotates on different entertainment channels and website, I said, let me just mention it for anyone who watches the show to hear what's going on and to see that, like that, if you hit your head, do not ignore it. I know a lot of people fall, hit their head, or if they're picking something up and they go up and hit it on something and they just ignore it. Now, in this day and time, you can't do that. And even for her, sadly to say, she did get surgery. I'm going to see if I can pull the picture up to see her after surgery, showing her scar and everything. But to hear that she died after overcoming that, if you get what I'm saying. So we don't know what took her home. It was not, it's not in the article, and it's not said exactly what she died from. So we're just going to read this quick article, and it's from USA Today, and it says Lynn Ban, Blink Empire celebrity jewelry designer, dies at 51 after ski accident. And I think the same thing happened to Sonny Bono, Cher's ex-husband. And it says Lynn Ban, the successful jewelry designer and Bling Empire New York star, has died. She was 51. Ban's death was announced by her son in an emotional Instagram post on Wednesday. My mom passed away on Monday. I know she wanted to share her journey after her accident and brain surgery, so I thought she would appreciate one last sharing the news to people who supported her. Her son Sebastian captured a set of photos featuring himself and his mother through the years. Ban starred alongside her husband and business partner Jet Kane on the spin-off of Bling Empire in 2023. The series followed wealthy Asian Americans in New York City. The Singaporean reality star had empowered jewelry in line that was worn by big names including Cardi B, Beyonce, Billie Eilish, Madonna, Lady Gaga, Kendrick Lamar, and Rihanna, according to her website. On Christmas Eve, Ban suffered a traumatic brain injury, a brain bleeding following a ski accident she shared in a December 30th Instagram post. What she originally thought was a simply headache would later require an emergency craniotomy. There's a long road of recovery ahead, but I'm a survivor. So she said this after her surgery. She said at the time, sharing a photo of the massive scar across her head. The post was her last before her son's announcement. So even then, she said it. She's like, here's to a long journey, with the photo showing her scar that she went to surgery. Then the son comes out and said she's no longer here. So, it would be nice to know exactly what it was. It has to do with the accident, of course, but just let us know that's what it is, that maybe she suffered an hemorrhage or a stroke and died, just something. For me, it's like, it plays with my anxiety. Death, strokes, heart attack plays with my anxiety so much to the point where I'm just like holding on for dear life. So when you hear someone who was injured, they go and have surgery to repair their injury only to die a week or so later, it's like, OMG, it just plays with you. So the read continues. Sebastian said his mom was and always will be my best friend, the best mother to me, and someone who cared for all. She always had a smile on her face, even when times were tough during our recovery progress. She was a fighter until the end and is the strongest woman I know. Gossipers, I still have my mom with me. And every day I look at my mom and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I will do when or if, because we all will see that one day. But my mom is 72, a young 72, I must tell you. But just to, I can't, anxiety. Okay. He also later added, as a final message to my mom, I would just like to say that I will miss you forever, and to end in something she always told me. I love you more than life itself, Mom. Oh my gosh. Whew. Rihanna was a frequent collaborator. Ban worked with the Bajan singer on tours, public appearances, music videos, and her Fenty Puma collections. She shared her condolence in comments. 2025 is rocky with me at this point. This is too much. Lynn, you'll always be our fairy godmother. Love you forever and always. That's what Rihanna said. Singer Kali Uchis also shared kind words. My deepest condolences to you and your family. Your mom looks at you with so much love, pride, and joy. May her soul rest in peace, knowing how loved she was by you too, she said. Though we all are strangers to you, though we are all strangers to you, we all admired your mom greatly and will keep you in our well-intended wishes always. So yes, gossipers, it's just it's sad. So rest in peace to Lynn Ban of Bling Empires. Now, Bling Empire. Sorry, gossipers, but yes, it's just it's a part of life. We all have to go through it. But again, when you see someone was in such a traumatic accident to come out of it only to succumb to it, I'm assuming, because again, they did not say the cause of death. And again, everyone, if you hit your head, any part of your body, especially your head, go get it checked out. I know you get up and you rub it, you put ice, you drink sugar water and think everything is okay. Just go. Don't wait for a headache to develop and then you say, oh, you know what, that's just a migraine or it's just a headache, part of life, which we could be our worst lover of ourselves in situations where we know our body's not feeling well. We know our body and not to go have it checked out. And sometimes it's not the fear, but to go to the hospital. No one wants to wait in the hospital for hours. You don't know what doctor or nurse you're going to get, if you're going to be treated, respectfully as you should. And shout out to all the service workers, doctors, nurses. It's not an easy position, and then sometimes you hear stories. You know what? I'm not even going to that. That's not what this is about. This is about if your body's telling you you're not feeling well, or if you hit, especially your head, go and have it checked out. There's a difference between a bump and a hit. Even with a bump, if you feel like, go and check it out. Because I've had it before where I go into the cupboard and I'm not even paying attention and whop. And I'm like, it's okay. Nothing, I'm not feeling anything different. So I'm fine. And for some, it works that way. Like for me, it works that way. But we just don't know. So just be careful, be vigilant. And as I said, Cher's husband, Sonny Bono, ski accident, died. And also Liam Neeson, one of my favorite action movie stars, his wife at the time I don't want to forget her name. What's her name? Was it Natasha Richardson? Because there's two Richardson sisters. They're actors. Hold on, let me look it up. Liam Neeson wife. We're gonna give her. She was in The Parent. Yes, Natasha Richardson. That's how she died. Also, was from skiing accident. Let me see right here. Oh yes. So The Parent Trap, you know, the remake with Lindsay Lohan. I love the original with Haley Mills and Lindsay Lohan. So it says The Parent Trap actress was just 45 when she died from a brain hemorrhage she suffered after a ski accident. So she died from a brain hemorrhage. So gossipers, what are your thoughts on these stories? As always, please like, share, subscribe. Let's grow our little channel. Please like, subscribe, like. Get us to 500.